Hello, my friends. This is the Eye from Ziggy and I. And guess who just got his bath? Say hello, Ziggy. You all wet. Gotta keep him warm, though. You gonna say hi, Ziggy? I was washing him up. I said, you little hairy ass and this little thing right here and these. I said, you remind me of whiskers. Whiskers is a thing. So, Sarasota, it's not about you tonight. We're going to make this about whiskers. Tell them, Ziggy, what you thought about whiskers. Ziggy wasn't happy about whiskers. Hey, what's going on with your eye? You got water all over you. Gotta keep them warm. You wash your pig, gotta keep them warm. You gonna say hi, Ziggy, before I feed you? You better ready to put him in his house. But anyways, I don't know, about 3-4 years ago, my daughter-in-law just left here. And she told my son that she said, anyways, they were talking about something. She said, my dad's never going to get married. Now this story reminds me of something. 3 years ago, he calls me up. Hold on. You warm now? Is you warm? You going to say hi? Are you going to say hi, piggies? You going to say hi's? Gotta keep them warm. Anyways, hold on a second, guys. I'm going to go give him his dinner and put him in his house. Gotta give Ziggy a bath about, I don't know, once every 6 months. He don't really need a bath, but I just do it. I got this special shampoo for him. And, anyways, what I was saying is, where the heck am I? Hold on, I'm still looking. Anyways, about 3 years ago, my son calls me up and says, normal, what's going on, Dad? I said, something I need to talk to you about. Oh, no. When they say that, it's either something bad or it's got to do with cash flow, something like that. So I said, what's going on? He goes, well, Ashon, I was thinking, this is like in March, still winter out here. Since you work all the time and stuff, we was thinking that you don't really have time to meet a nice woman. And I says, what, you don't like the women that I date or what? Because at that time I was dating a 20-year younger than me woman on and off for like 3 years. I really liked it during the summer. That's a whole different ball game. That's a whole different story. I'll tell you guys that one. That was a trip too. But he goes, yeah, me and Ashley put you on Match.com. I said, you did what? Yeah. And I said, you gotta be kidding me. He goes, yeah, and we're paying for it. We want you to meet some classy woman and all this shit. And I goes, you gotta be shitting me. So anyways, it went on for a while. And I was dating women on. I dated a few women on that site. But a lot of them, I felt like, man, some Bloomfield Hills and all this shit. I live up here. And he had his address on it, so it didn't even say my real address. So these people think I'm from somewhere else that I really wasn't even from. Then I had this one. I can tell you some stories. I got off that shit, but I can tell you some stories about the ghost hunter that wanted me to go be on a ship in Chicago and ghost hunt and all the just different shit. Well, this particular one, she's got on her profile, she's standing out by a pool, you know, skirt on. You could tell she was a taller woman. But she did look nice, all tanned up. And so she sent me a message. So I messaged her back. Said she worked in Chesterfield. It's down by St. Clair Shores here in Michigan. She worked at the hospital. I said, oh yeah? So I started talking to her. Next thing you know, we exchanged phone numbers. Now we're texting. And then she'd FaceTime me, but I could hardly see her. It'd always be dark. And I'd say, why is it always dark when you FaceTime me? I can't even see you. Well, I'm in my bedroom sitting on my bed, and that's the way I keep it. So I didn't think nothing of them. I'm going by these pictures she sent me. And so we agreed to meet. And she goes, I'll just come there. That's 50 miles away. She didn't want to meet halfway, nothing. I'll just come there and we'll meet in your town. So I said, okay, we'll meet at the Torch Lounge. It's a little like dive bar right in the city. Old building, real cool to go have a burger and a beer or something like that. So we agreed to do it on a Saturday, which was 4th of July weekend. 4th of July weekend, I had 4 days off, maybe 5. I had Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and I was going back to work on Tuesday. Yeah, that's what it was. And so I goes, yeah, we can meet on Saturday. By the end of the week that we were planning this, she already said, well, if things go well, I'll just bring a few things and we can hang out at your pool, and I want you to take me for a ride in your Challenger or the Corvette. I had the Corvette at the same time. I had the Corvette and the Challenger. Well, my daughter-in-law's father owns the Corvette now. We sold it to him. But anyways, that's another story too. But anyways, so she's gonna come meet me at 2 o'clock downtown. And I'm thinking she's gonna drive all the way here. She ain't never met me, and agrees to meet me at a little hole in the wall. So I said, okay. I woke up on Saturday. It's 11 o'clock. I went to get an oil change in my truck. I get up there and I'm in the truck while they're changing my oil, and I get this phone call. Hey, I'm here, but I can't get off none of the exits. I goes, you're here? And she says, yeah. And I goes, you gotta be kidding me. I'm not even at home. I haven't took a shower yet. I just got up Saturday morning, getting my oil changed. I thought I had time to go home and change all this shit. So I said, listen, I'm down here by Myers. I'm getting my oil changed. Then I'm going to the car wash right across the street from Myers. I'm gonna wash my truck. She said she couldn't get off the exit because they had all the exits closed. So they're doing all this construction here. She came down I-69. And I said, well, you can get off at the center road. Come down to that car wash. You'll see me. I'll be out up front. I washing my truck, drying it off and shit. So I'm sitting there drying my truck off, and I see this little minivan pulling in. That's what these chicks like to drive, these little minivans. I don't know what it is. So I see it's her, and she's pulling around, but I don't really see her. I'm drying my truck off. She pulls right up to me like this. She gets out, and holy shit, she was huge. She told me that she was taller than me. That don't bother you. I said, hell no, because I'm thinking of this picture she was sent, this tan lady looking hot out by this pool and shit. This lady gets out at some Amazon looking thing coming at me, buffaloing right towards me. She had the sweatiest pits, and she was soaked. Hairiest ass arms you ever seen in your life. They looked like something right off in damn Bigfoot. And I'm not shit. She holds her arm out like I'm going to give her a hug, and I wanted to duck and let her go right over me. And I went up to her, and I wasn't about to hug her. I goes, oh my God, this can't be that lady. And so she says, hey, I could wash my car right now. I'm thinking if she goes through that friggin' car wash, I'm the hell out of here. I'm out of here. She won't know where I live, nothing. No, but I'll wait. So I drive my truck up. Now, I don't want to be rude or nothing. And I said, well, I ain't even took a shower yet to meet you or nothing. And she goes, well, don't worry about it. I'm thinking to myself, it don't matter. I ain't going nowhere with her at all anyways. I'm not taking her nowhere. And so, not only that, she had like the like if you haven't shaved in a couple days, you know how that looks? That's what she looked like. And I goes, you got to be shitting me, man. This is going wrong quickly. So she goes, I'll just follow you to your house. So we pull out on the road. I goes, this lady's not following me to my house. So I acted like I was going to go straight. She gets out in the lane to go around the car that was behind me. And all of a sudden, I'm at the light and I make a quick turn. She cut that car right off in the intersection. I thought, she can't make this light because I'm in the other lane and there's a car behind. She cut the car up and she followed me. Now we're going down the road. She's right on my ass. And I'm thinking, this lady ain't going to let me lose her. And I'm not that far from there where I live. So, pull up in my yard. I pull up in the yard. She pulls in right behind me. And I says, man, you got to be kidding me. I got neighbors out mowing their lawns and all. This Amazon-looking woman's out there. And I says, I don't think we should go nowhere. She goes, that's all right. I got all my stuff. And I goes, oh, your stuff? She goes, yeah. I can stay for the whole weekend. I goes, the whole weekend? What do you mean? What stuff do you got? She goes, I got my ice maker and my clothes and stuff. We'll just hang out at the pool. You can cook out or something. And I goes, no, this can't be happening. So she, I had to get her out of the yard. I couldn't let that shit go on. So she comes in and I'm looking at her beard. She's talking to me and telling me all this shit. And I'm looking up at her like this. This lady's huge. She wasn't really like fat or nothing. She was just big. And we talked for a little bit and I'm thinking, there ain't no way I'm going anywhere with this lady. So we sat here for a minute and I said, well, and I'm trying to call my son. You got to get me out of this. She wouldn't let me out of her sight. Anywhere I went, she was on me. So we went out back. We're sitting out by the pool. She goes, are you going to take me for a ride in that Challenger? And I says, all right, we can go over to the fruit stand, grab some vegetables. Because I like to eat a lot of vegetables. I get all the Michigan shit. We take off to there. I'm going down the road. Now, believe me, to this day, my car's still got the new car smell. It's only got a little over 3,000 miles on it, and it's a 2019. I'm driving down the road, hitting my gear. She, oh, that's a manual. Oh, this car's badass. She's telling me all this shit. She goes, and I got a driveway. Telling me about her driveway while we're going down the road. All of a sudden, I started smelling something. I'm thinking, what the hell is that smell? It stinks so friggin' bad. You know, like them people that got that shit breath. I mean, this stunk. It was shit breath. I'm telling you right now. And I looked over at her purse. She's got it hanging open. There's this bottle of Listerine on it. So I had to mention it. And she says, well, you know, I got this problem. I goes, what's your problem? She goes, well, I got this broken off tooth and all this meat sticks into it. I said, meat sticks into it? She goes, yeah, I can't get it out. So I'm thinking, fuck, I'm smelling this rotten meat, and it's in my car, and it stinks like shit. We get over to this fruit place. It's right over by where my son lived before they sold their house. And I'm thinking, I'm not walking up into this fruit market with this Amazon-looking lady. It looks like something right off the caveman days. You know what I'm saying? I'm not shitting you. She had the beard and the whole 9 yards, hairy ass arms, big pawed, everything. feet about that friggin' big. So we go in there, and I honestly did forget my wallet out in the car. I kept it in the console. I gotta go get my wallet. She goes, oh, don't worry, I'll pay. Get what you want. She's, I'm gonna pick me up a couple things. Just get what you want. You're not paying for nothing. I go out in the car, and I grab my phone and my wallet, and I call up Ashley, my daughter-in-law, because she lives right by there. And I'd already called Ron at work. He said, Dad, I told him not to take him to your house when you first meet him. And I goes, no, you don't understand. I had no choice. Well, I didn't get to go. So I hear him and his friends laughing. They're at lunch. I call Ashley. I goes, Ashley, you ain't going to believe this shit. And he goes, she likes to hear it all. And I'm telling her, she's laughing. Said, yeah, Ron already called me and told me about this lady. And I said, well, what am I going to do? She thinks she's staying with me for the whole 4th of July weekend. She goes, oh, well, send a picture of her. I said, what am I going to do? Go back into this market, take a picture of it and send it to you? And she goes, yeah, see if you can. I said, well, I don't think that's going to happen. I go, she's got this shitty-ass breath. I'm telling you what, it'll knock you right down. She said her tooth broke off, meat stuck in it, and it rots there. Well, she didn't say it rots there, but I know what it does there. She said she can't get none of the meat out of it ever. And I go, oh my gosh, I'm just not believing this is happening. So I go back to my house, and we stopped at this rib place because I wasn't even going to cook for this day. I'd just pick us up some ribs. Still trying to be not rude, but no, this wasn't getting it. Get back home, called my son again because I had to move my truck back in the driveway. When I was out there, I was calling him. I goes, Ron, I got 22 beers here, and I'm going to drink each one of them until she looks like her profile picture. He goes, oh, Dad, don't do that. We'll come up with something. I goes, you better, because there's no way I'm going to sit here for the weekend with her and not get her out of my house. So I come home, back in the house. I go in the backyard. She's talking to her friend on the phone, and the friend's asking how things are going. And she's saying what her friend's saying so I can hear her. And I'm thinking, they're going like shit. What do you mean? And she's giving me the old thumbs up. They're going good. You know, looking at me, and I'm going, the fuck they are. You think that's going good? So after she hangs up, she's telling me that the lady's there at her next door neighbor watching her dogs and stuff. Then she tells me about this driveway she's got in her new driveway, how nice it is, and all this shit. And I didn't care about the driveway. I didn't care about none of that shit. She goes, I think I'll go put my suit on. Put your suit on? Yeah, I got it. You know, you can sit out here by the pool. I'm going to put my suit on. So she goes in there, comes out in this suit. Looked like Bam Bam Bigelow, one of them full-piece suits with the front ass and the whole 9 yards. And let me tell you, remember Link from the Mod Squad, that big old furry hairdo? Well, that's all you could see down here, just poking out everywhere. I goes, this shit ain't happening. There's no way. And I looked down at her Amazon feet. Her hairy ass toes, the knuckles of her toes, all hairy, big old long black hair sticking on them. She's showing me these pictures of her 5 brothers. They all got beards. And she goes, every one of them's got a beard. And I goes, well, I didn't tell her this, but I'm thinking, well, you're the 6th brother because you got a full-ass beard yourself. So then the day goes on, and I drank about 16 of these beers, and I'm getting lower. And she goes, you want me to take you up to the store and get more? And I said, no, I'm good. I'm good. So I told her I had to go down, because every time I went in the house, she'd be on my ass. Like, I'm going to take off somewhere and leave her at my house. You know, she'd just be on my ass. I'd go to the bathroom. She'd be right on my ass. I'd look around, trip over and stumble. She brought a gallon of shit. She kept drinking it all day. Well, then she got down to half of that. Tells me I can't really drive, you know. And I'm thinking, I can't send this lady back 50 miles all fucked up like that. I went down. I told her I had to go downstairs to put a load of laundry on. I go down there and I call my son. She let me go down there. I said, I don't care what you do. You better call me. And I'm going to have it on speaker. You better come up with, now he's home, with something. So I come upstairs. About 5 minutes later, he calls me up. And so where she can hear us. She's sitting on the couch and I'm on this chair because this lady stunk. And I says, what's up, son? He goes, you know how we were going to go off on 4th of July, Dad? And I said, yeah. He goes, well, we'll go tomorrow because we can save $50 tomorrow a piece. And I goes, oh, or not a piece, just $50, whatever it was. And I looked at her and said, I guess I'm going golfing in the morning. And she goes, oh, that's fine. I hung up the phone. I said, I'll be ready at 5:30, son, or 6 o'clock. We're teeing off at 7. I got to drive 30 minutes to get to where we're golfing. She says to me, well, I can go home, but I'll come back in the morning. Or when you guys are done golfing. I'm thinking, no. No, I don't know when we're going to be done. We might pay 18, maybe 36. I don't know. I don't get to golf with my son all the time. This video is getting long as hell. And so I said, I don't think so. So morning came. She slept down here on the couch. I come stumbling down the stairs at 5:15. Hey, I got to get up. I got to go. And I'm telling her, come on, let's go. She says, why you got to leave so early? It's like you're rushing me off. And I goes, oh, no, I just got to meet my son. So she gets her shit together. She says, I'll see you later in the afternoon. Thinking this lady's going to drive all the way back home and then drive back here. Oh, no, she's not. So she wanted to leave the ice maker. And I said, don't leave that. Well, why? I can get it when I come back. I said, oh, no, you better take it now. So she said, sounds like you want to run me out of here. She leaves and texted me one time, asked where she could get a coffee at. I said, the same exit you got off, right across from that car wash. Go to the Myers gas station, get you a coffee. So she leaves. Then I blocked her, did all this shit. I'm instantly going through my house, taking everything, all my, I got a bath thing where all my towels are in my bath. I ripped them all out. And my sister calls me up and says, what do you, and I washed the pillow she was using, the pillowcase, the blanket I left for her, all my shit up, anything that had to do with her. I'm washing it. Because I wasn't having this smell. And she left that bottle of Listerine in my bathroom. That son of a bitch went right down in the garbage first thing. My sister called me, what's going on, Bobby? And I'm telling her about this lady. And I goes, can you believe somebody would go on a date with somebody all sweaty and shit, and she didn't even shave? And my sister thinks I'm talking about something else. She goes, oh, no, Sandy, not down there. She didn't shave her freaking face. Thing was disgusting. She's going, what? And I go, remember our dog we had when we were kids, that little beagle, Whiskers? That's this lady, and she's just cracking up and shit. But I'm pissed. She done ruined my whole weekend. And I'm, she's laughing about it. And it was, when I went to work on Monday, it was kind of a fun story. I mean, I told everybody, I said, you guys just wouldn't believe this lady. It was unbelievable. And I don't know where the hell she got those pictures at that she had on her profile, but that wasn't the lady that I was looking at. Oh yeah, when we were outside, her front of her legs were kind of tan, but her other shit was pasty white. I goes, why is your front like tan and your back's all, that pasty white look? She goes, well, I don't like to roll over. And I'm thinking, well, can you? It was just crazy. There was more to this story than I'm telling, but I got a time limit here. But you can't get all that in one little, segment. But I ain't telling the story again. That's enough. Whiskers, that's bullshit. And I never did. Then I got off all that shit. But before leading up to Whiskers, there was a few more. I got plenty of stories. And that ain't the only stories I got. So Sarasota Tim, you're out. Whiskers was in for tonight because a few people wanted to hear that Whiskers story. And I have plenty of stories. If you like hearing my goofy shit, you can subscribe to my channel. You'll hear a lot of it. Me and Ziggy's getting ready to head to the UP. His 6th trip up, was it 6th or 7th? He's been going since 2018. Yeah, it's a 6th trip. But we have such a good time up there. Me and him's going to the big woods. Everybody up there likes Ziggy. Going to the diner, the girls are all saying, "You got Ziggy, don't you?" And I said, "Yeah, I got Ziggy. Of course I got Ziggy. What do you think I'm going to do, leave him at home?" And me and Ziggy have a good time. We're getting ready to go. But anyways, I got to cut this down, man. It's already at 25 minutes. Way too friggin' long. But that's the whisker story. This is the Eye from Ziggy and I, and we're out of here. See you guys later.